Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, a lot of people are familiar with the fact that this is July, and we have a meeting to vote on the WHO Treaty. For those of you who are unaware, this is a treaty in which we give the WHO organization total control over every government in times of so-called emergencies or in times of so-called pandemic. Now, we don't determine when the pandemic happens or what is a pandemic. The WHO organization does. So, governments are meeting to decide whether or not to give the WHO organization this type of total control. Now, in case you're not paying attention, they really botched it this last time. We're discovering that they lied, covered up, even attempted to silence anybody, any scientist, any doctor who spoke out against their findings. So what that means to us is we can't trust the WHO organization. Now, to show you that this isn't about just the WHO, it's more about giving total control to somebody, a bureaucratic entity out there that has not been voted on by the people. But to give them total control, there is another entity out there that is pushing for the same powers if the WHO organization does not receive them. Are you aware of this? Let's get into this. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold, silver, or any other precious metals, head on over to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description, or just type in www.moneymetals.com/Pimpy. If you make a purchase when you follow that link, you will automatically be entered for a chance to win 10 free silver ounces. So get started today, and hopefully your stack will start to look like this real soon. So head on over, tell them Pimpy sent you. You can follow me over on other platforms. I do have my own group over on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. So head on over here and join us. It's free to do so. In here I do post updates. If I should get on suspension from YouTube or get removed from YouTube and you want to know what happened to me, I'll let you know right here in this group. I can be found on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and the cool thing about YouTube, if you come over here and you join and you find my channel, I got videos going back, I believe, a couple years. So if you want to see some older videos that I have on Nasera Jacera, gold, silver, cryptos, come on over here and join, look me up, and check out my videos. You can also find me on Odyssey, catch me on Rumble. When I say that the links for all these are down below in the description, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. It's real simple. Just go down to the bottom right here of any of my videos. See this? This is the description. Hit show more. And there are all the links to all the platforms I just spoke about. So if you do want to head on over to Money Metals, just click it. And there you are. So come on over. Join us. I look forward to having you. Now, I don't know about you, but how many of you right now are running into a swarm of flies? The kind of flies that even if you smack with a fly swatter, yeah, all you're doing is stunning them. They just get right back up and they fly again. These bugs are so persistent that even if they land on you, they're not even afraid of you. They can reach down, pinch them, pick them up off your body, throw them on the ground, and the fools get right back up. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, but that's the type of flies I'm running into. I have to squish them. Now, I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt and let them go outside and live freely, but them fools are coming right back and kicking my ass. So I ain't having it no more. Not sure where they come from, but yeah, no. We all know that the WHO organization, the countries around the world, are talking about voting to give them supreme power. They will decide everything that other countries do. So that means the United States would be surrendering their 100% sovereignty, their freedom. They are trying to give them the right to overwrite our Constitution. That's not happening. So real quick, let's go over cryptos. Bitcoin at $30,074.73. Ethereum still above $1,900 at $1,909.72. XRP's at 74 cents. Yeah, not quite at $500,000, but they're getting there. Cardano's at 31 cents. Solana is at $26.59. Dogecoin just isn't moving at all. It's at 6 cents. Polygon is at 77 cents. Litecoin's at $92.23. Polkadot's at $5.34. Shiba is at 50785, trying to surrender another zero. Terra Luna Classic is at 4091. Now, it started to take back one of the zeros, dropped back just a little bit, still where it needs to be. So we'll see what direction it's going to go into a little bit later on. I have a feeling they're going to move up, and we're going to get rid of one of the zeros. Saitama is like a wicked stepchild that you want to beat the shit out of, but can't because you're afraid of the parent. I just made that up, so don't get carried away. Anyways, at 30787759. Every time it gets close to eliminating one of the zeros, it drops back down again. Gold is currently at $1,959.80. It's at $5.30. Silver is at $24.84. It was at $25, went down, and it's starting to come back again. It's going to get back up there. They can do all they want, but they can't stop the value and pricing of silver. Anyways, I had this article open, and you can see that the Epoch Times is trying to get me to join. I'm cool. It says the WHO Pandemic Treaty. So they're talking about how countries could be possibly surrendering their sovereignty. So this is what the WHO, the World Health Organization, trying to get people to surrender their sovereignty. Let the World Health Organization determine the direction that we go into as far as what type of treatment, whether the treatment is mandatory, whether we should be in lockdown, whether we can't go to work, can't go to school, whether we got to wear a mask. That's what we are deciding to allow with the World Health Organization. But since everybody is aware of this and they're raising holy hell, that means these people have to go in a different direction. Yes. This is July 9th, 2023. We are July 17th. The UN is set to launch global shocks planned just prior to the U.S. presidential election. And Biden is aboard with this. The powerful United Nations is now seeking to increase its influence worldwide by seizing global emergency powers, and President Joe Biden supports their proposal. He don't support it. He don't even know who he is. Interesting, the United Nations proposal would begin in September 2024, a mere 2 months before the highly anticipated general election in the United States. Go figure. They know that they can't beat Trump, and so they're going to do whatever it takes, including implementing something with the United Nations to try to help stop this. The global organization will host a summit of the future where associated nations will adopt a so-called Pact for the Future. The pact or agreement would set in place multiple policy reforms offered by the United Nations in the past years as part of our Common Agenda platform. While there is several aggressive proposals included in the agenda, none are as disconcerting as the United Nations plan for emergency platform, which would provide the international organization significant powers in times of global shocks, such as another global pandemic. If they can't get you through the WHO organization, then they'll do it through the United Nations. Most details of the United Nations proposal were included in the March policy papers titled Strengthening the International Response to Complex Global Shocks and Emergency Platform. So the powers that be, the New World Order, if they can't get it one way, they're going to do it another, is what they're going to try to do. And just keep in mind that the Democrats are trying to get you to surrender your firearm. Just throwing it out there. The United Nations Secretary General Guterres outlined the emergency platform's proposal. I propose that the General Assembly provide the Secretary General and the United Nations system with a standing authority to convene and operationalize automatically an emergency platform in the event of future complex global shock of significant scale, severity, and reach. And who's to determine that? Not us here in the United States. That means we have to trust them. And you know what happens when we trust them? They fail. We find out that they lie, cover up, hide lab results, the whole 9 yards. The challenges we face can only be addressed through stronger international cooperation. Gutierrez declares the emergency platform would provide the international body with power over all nations in time of duress. Do you understand that? The emergency platform would provide the international body with power over all nations, and that includes ours with no exceptions, which means we would surrender our freedoms, our sovereignty rights. Such power, according to the UN, is needed to ensure that all participating actors make commitments that can contribute meaningfully to the response and that they are held to account for delivery on those commitments. According to the United Nations policy proposed, the Secretary General could extend the emergency platform if needed be, despite its duration being set for a finite period. Such a decision would be made without the consent of any member nation. So what's to keep them from keeping us under the power nonstop with stupid excuses? And this treaty doesn't allow us to challenge it. How dare you challenge them? No, we don't even have an option. We are forced into it. So previously, what type of global shock would trigger an emergency platform? According to the United Nations, a large-scale event. Future pandemics. While this one wasn't technically a pandemic, it was brought upon by human means. A disruption to global digital connectivity, a major event in outer space, or other unforeseen risks are all causes for an emergency platform. Major event in outer space? You mean like Project Bluebeam? Is that what they're talking about? If you don't know what that is, look it up. Many have criticized the United Nations proposal and have accused it of being an attempt at consolidating power. That's exactly what the hell it is. But the fact that we have any president sitting in the White House that would agree to surrendering the sovereignty of the United States is all bad. Although many oppose the proposal, there are some who support it, such as the Biden administration. Instead of defending American sovereignty, the White House expressed its support for the emergency platform. U.S. Ambassador Chris Lau noted that in March of 2022 that the Biden administration supports the UN emergency platform and will, as multiple other proposals, include our common agenda, according to this transcript of Lau's remarks to the United Nations in 2022. So not only do we have to worry about the World Health Organization eliminating our sovereignty rights, but if that don't work, then they go to the United Nations. People need to wake up, stand up, say something prior to Biden being elected out of office, because once he makes this treaty, supposedly it gets ratified and we're not allowed to say anything about it. We'll see. Anyways, that's it for now. Let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out.